Kinfolk, you already know what it is, what it was, and what it always will be. It's another episode of the Black Owned Podcast. I am your host, the main man with the game plan. The game plan ain't the same pan. I've been a major figure since baby pictures. Sincere is definitely in the building. I got one of many co-hosts. You already know who it is.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's your girl Peaches. Y'all know why I'm here. Good show today.
Good show today. We got a couple of special guest co-hosts today. We got my man Dame. And Dame, what's going on, brother?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Y'all might remember Dame. He was here with one of the earlier episodes. We were dropping jewels about finance, how to get your money right, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So you can always holler at him if you got that kind of query. And we also got Mel Wall from the Man Down Podcast / Man Down Podcast Network.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What's going on, homie?
I'm good, man. I'm ready to get started.
Hey, man, you know what? Before we get started, man, I was on my timeline. You know what I'm saying? My timeline looking real successful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I know doing big things. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, you know what I'm saying, do a cheers. You know what I'm saying, to all those people that's out here getting it, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things. No matter what it is. You know what I'm talking about? I just want to shout y'all out, man. Cheers. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on.
Don't get you a small sip. If y'all don't get over here last week,
it is, man. It is, man. Good to see. Good to see my people out here, you know what I'm saying, grinding and seeing the fruits of their labor. You know what I mean?
Sensei, I thought you were supposed to sip wine. You just took like a gulp.
He laid raw here.
Hey, Mel Wall. Hey, and this is like port wine, man. Let me tell you a story, bro. When I was in we was in Singapore. You know, Singapore is like where port wine is like made, like it originated in Singapore.
Right.
So I'm out with my mans. I'm like, yo, we gotta find some port wine, fam. So I can, you know what I'm saying, grab a couple bottles, bring it back. All over the streets of Singapore, nothing. Came back empty-handed. When I say I spent a whole day in search of, I mean a whole day. We came back with nothing, man. But yeah, man, port wine is good, man. You know what I'm talking about? Optima. It's called Optima, if y'all was wondering. They got a 10-year-old and a 20-year-old batch. I recommend either. Get your mind right real quick.
How long a bottle last you?
Probably about a week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? About a week.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. That's if I buy it on like Sunday. But if I bought it on Friday, about 2 days.
That's what I was gonna say. It really depends on the day of the week.
Is that where everybody moving to wine? Y'all ain't doing hard liquor no more. Nobody.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm gonna ever put that good old Remy Martin 1738. I don't think I'm ever put that there.
Because you know every king needs a crown.
Big gulp, like the 7-Eleven glass on you boys. I know y'all need to be on trash. Let's go.
So y'all know what we talking about today, man. But before we get to that, man, y'all, speaking about Venus versus Mars, y'all seen what's up with your boy Bow Wow?
Nah, what do you do?
Man, Bow Wow in the news, man.
Yo, boy, talking about Chad Moss is who boy?
We talking about Shad Moss. We talking about him. Shad Moss out here. I guess he had some type of deadbeat dad or something. I guess his latest baby is from
talk about later. Yeah, let go.
Yeah, his latest baby is from a lady named Olivia Skye, and she put something in there like this. This dude ain't seen his baby since it's been born. He said, "I don't even know you." I said, "Wow."
But that's what happened. These women get out here.
Hey, that's when they be doing stuff on them drugs, man.
Huh?
Hey, I'm with you on that.
Be doing stuff on them drugs.
Get what on some drugs?
You know,
when they be meet chicks and they be high doing whatever. Hey, you seen Coming to America too?
Good Lord.
That movie. They played us for real on that one.
Hey, Shad played her bad. He hit her like Kwame Brown been doing these boys for the last week or so.
You know your boy Stephen A. Smith trying to get everybody to tune in to his new show that nobody's watching on ESPN Plus. So he did a whole Macho Man Randy Savage promo talking about, oh, it's going down. Check me out on ESPN Plus today. I think it just dropped like 30 minutes ago, but
get out of here.
Yeah, he coming back. He said, I've been quiet long enough.
He should be quiet. He don't want none of mama seasoning You know what I'm talking about? He don't want Kwame to put mama seasoning on him.
Like in person or on the internet. I'm sure he'll be undefeated in both areas.
Kwame Brown is like that boy that was at the lunch table that used to be giving boys the business back in the day.
Yeah.
Y'all what that type of problem, man. Mike, what's going on, man? Good to see you, bro. As usual, appreciate you, bro, for tuning in.
Yeah. The thing is with the Bow Wow shit, like that's what them women they just like they prey on us. These women be waiting for these guys to slip up. You know, that's a meal ticket. You know, if you don't pay today, you're gonna pay tomorrow. You know,
that's deep.
Bow Wow, I'll be embarrassed to tell anybody that was my baby daddy. Like, girl, that was a secret. He went out the back door. Like, what are you doing?
Hey.
Boy.
Hey, and he hit her with the deuce too. Like, I'll holler at you.
Okay.
I don't want no problems.
Good.
And he played her. Rocked her. Nah, I ain't going. I'll be outside his house. But we gonna go into
let's go ahead and get this thing popping. Peaches, if you're ready. Peaches.
I'm ready, y'all. I only have one today. And it's kind of significant, but it was I really have to take my hats off to the season premiere of The Chi. You know, they touched on some things that we've been going through, not only over the course of the last year with the Black Lives Matter movement, but throughout our lives. You know, the scene started with the 15-year-old. You know how we are in the hood, having a little argument. The police blow down. You know, he wasn't the aggressor or anything or whatever, but he ended up wearing the brunt of it. He was slammed to the ground and beat up by the police, like really bad, right? And, you know, the guy that adopted him is on a political path. He cricket, but he's on a political path. And his brother that popped back on time, that came back in town and is now taking care of him because the other one was killed. He's on some other shit. I'm wondering if going forward they're gonna try to censor that show because I see it becoming a problem or something that they're gonna try to use against us because not only did they address them in on the political aspect, but the brother caught that police officer running through the park when he thought he was off duty and beat him for a dog, just like he did his brother. You know, it's like, you know, this show came to the point where they are attacking things from both ways. You know, we gonna get you in, if we don't beat you in court, we beating your ass. And I felt like that right there and that movement, I'm not sure if it who put the check in the box to air it, but that's something to look at and something to think about and see how that's going to transpire and see if they're going to try to censor us with that show. Good show. But enough about that. You know, my second Peaches pick is on here. Oh, y'all want to read it? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
My second Peaches pick is up here. You know, I was going to go into the segment because it's 4 of us.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Dame and I was about to come. What's her name?
Mel
Wall.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, you know that took a big go.
Am I echoing?
No, you're not. But I can hear me echoing in your background, but you're not echoing.
Yeah. Okay.
As we were discussing Kevin Samuels or whatever last week, and his delivery and his tone and what he's putting out. And these two were both in the comments, and you know, they were both on both sides of the spectrum. We thought it would be a good show because, you know, it's not too many days that, you know, we see a man understanding what we feeling and what we see when we look at this other black man, you know. So that's where we're gonna go. Also, I posted a post about another guy. I hope y'all watch that because I'm going to tune that in to this right here. I'm going to tie it in. But go ahead, Fnatt, because you want trash already. Let's go.
Hey, first of all, this y'all right here. Who do this?
You see her hair?
Who do this? That's a black woman.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
That's an Indian lady. That's an Indian. That's an Indian
That's a
lady.
black woman. Don't get mad.
That's not a black woman. That's an Indian.
Hey, I can hear myself. Somebody's joining is like I can hear it.
Yeah, I hear echo too.
Hold on, and my thing is out, so maybe is that better? I'm still echoing.
No, I can still hear.
Look, I don't know. It's not
okay, well, anyway, look at y'all. This y'all right here. This is a black woman. I want you to know that.
No, that's woman. Not a black woman. What's her name so I can Google her?
Hey, look, I don't know what her name is. All I'm saying is, if y'all don't even know your own worth, how y'all expect us to look at this? And listen now, look, if you seen this is an actual, like, if you seen this whole video.
1,000.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you ask a dude to marry you, who buy the rings?
I can't answer that because I'm not asking no man to marry me.
I'm just saying, hypothetically.
That's a good question.
Who buy the rings?
That's a daggone good question.
Huh? You know, I believe in recycling. You can't ask me that.
Who bought the rings? Hey, 2, 3 years down the road, when you get on my damn nerves, you know what I'm gonna say? I want to marry you anyway. I just said yes because I didn't want to embarrass you in front of your friends.
I can hear you like, oh, talking. You would ask me. I didn't ask you to marry me. I got it. That's facts. Yeah,
that's facts. You know what I'm saying?
My
Here you are.
Hey,
when did it get this bad though? That's what I want to know. When did it get this bad?
Look at her.
I seen a post like this.
Hey, Chad.
I seen a post. Hey, look, Peaches. I seen a post like this too on Facebook, and I just happened to go down and read the comments from females. And even though you say it's questionable whether that's a black female that's on that one knee, what's undeniable is the comments were from black females, and a lot of black females support that and see nothing wrong with it. And a lot of black men don't see nothing wrong with it either.
Do you hold up.
Going on a date and me pulling out my every now and then to pay, but you know, when you have a man of stature or someone that values you, you pulling out your card to pay the tab, and it's like $200-$300. They were like, put that shit down. You out here embarrassing me. Why is she out there making a fool of that man like that?
Facts.
She made a
Dave, what you think about that?
About that on Facebook before. I'm a firm believer in a man that find a wife find a good thing. So as a man, I could never allow a woman to be the person to get on her knee to propose to me. However, when you talk about medieval times,
did he freeze up, Sincere?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he froze up. Yeah, I agree. I agree with him though. If he's gonna take it to the Bible and biblical, yeah. I mean, it's certain things that we do and certain things we don't do, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know, these are things that men typically do. This is, you know, because the whole purpose of a marriage biblically is for a man to leave his mother and father and cleave unto a wife, pick a wife, choose a wife, start a family, all of that good stuff. And when it's the other way around, you just flip that whole dynamic as well. So you're not even biblically doing what, you know, what marriage was supposed to be from the beginning. So I agree. I mean, I think we all agree with that though.
This is the thing with that, right? First of all, I try to, when I look at these things, if the woman was my sister or my daughter or something like that, right?
Right.
And the first thing I would say is, if you ready to be married this much, and you to the point to where you're ready to propose to him, why hasn't he already proposed to you? That should be the question that you ask yourself. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman saying, hey, look, like, I'm ready to be married, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And if you not, then that's cool. But then that means that we need to take, you know what I'm saying, stock of this relationship and maybe head in our different directions. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that she need to be putting pressure on him or apply, but to me, a woman needs to know enough, you know what I'm saying, and have enough gumption within herself to just be like, nah, this ain't the route, you know what I'm saying, that I'm
Yep.
taking. I'm not just about to be sitting around here 5 and 6 years, you know what I mean, and having your babies and waiting for you to, you know what I'm saying, to ask me to get married.
Yeah.
So to me, that looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? Chastity said she looked crazy. She do look crazy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he gonna say yes, just so it's like you say, it's just so he can get up in the bed, and she gonna pay for it all later. Because as a dude, I know if something come up, I'm like, hey, man, I ain't even want to be here. I never asked you to marry me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna, you know what I'm saying, come out in that way. It's just ridiculous to me when I see something like that. So
Chastity said in the comments that a man know probably within the first year if he want to marry you or not. And I would take it a step further and say, actually, most of us know within the first month if we want to. And actually, when we meet a female, we already categorizing her whether this is a short time or a good time, or is this or is she different, and I need to start looking at her in a different light. Like I might have a process I want to take you to just to vet you, but I know right away if you wife material, or if you are a wife, or you something else that you know that I just want to play around with.
Right. Lamar, what's going on, brother? That's what I was about to say. I mean, you already know, you know what I'm saying, if she marriage material off top. Now you're just trying to see, you know, like the other things about her. Because if you come into it ready, I know, you know what I'm saying, when I met my wife, I was just like, yo, I've been wilding out, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. It's time for me to chill out, find somebody decent. And so it didn't take long for me to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the type of, you know what I'm saying, woman that I need or whatever.
You said because it was time for you to chill and find somebody decent.
Right. Facts.
Oh.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because they ain't, and trust me, there were women who was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, you know, whatever. And I was like, bro, I would say, hey, don't invest in me, because I'm a bad investment. You know what I'm saying? I am not, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not good for you right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly. I think we all had one of those where we knew we was playing around, and it was a girl that really wanted to be a wife, and you was like, you know what? I ain't even go play with you like that right now.
Right. And the funny thing is, it's not that she ain't wifey material. It's just that you ain't looking for that. You know what I'm saying? And I think even sometimes women find themselves in a position where they think they can change a man. That's the biggest mistake you can make. No woman can change a man. Peaches, I can see you clear as day over here, but I don't know why I can't see or hear you.
Can you see me
on screen?
I can see in here.
I can see it in here, yeah, but I can't. Like on screen, it's just black. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, like clear as day. You know what I'm saying? I know, and that's a mistake I think, you know, some women make, is like, oh, you know, you know, I can make them ready. You know what I'm saying? But I'll do whatever, you know, and okay, you can't hear her. All right, well, she about to boot back up, and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll see. But yeah, like I was saying, I think that's a mistake that a lot of women make, is that they think that they can to change a man, and you cannot, you know, change a man. I even always told my wife, you know, a grown man already got his mind made up. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah,
I think we both make that mistake though, because I mean, you hear the little cliche all the time. You can't turn a hoe into a wife, housewife, and all that stuff, man. So I think it's a portion of us that think, you know, I mean, she fine, she, you know, she all of this, man, and she might not be a wife, but just because she look real good, a lot of us will go ahead and jump on there anyway, thinking that you go have a wife at the crib. But nah, you just got
Lamar said, I'm not married yet, but I do know you don't go to Magic City to find a wife. Maybe some lemon pepper wings and entertainment, but not for our dudes.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Unless you live well.
I have to disagree. You guys always say that women don't know what they want. Y'all don't know what you guys want either, because you know why? You know how many times I've been proposed to?
Peaches, why you always doing that?
We talking about women. Y'all don't know what y'all want. You know how many times? No, I take that back to 6. I've been proposed to 6 times. 6.
And you said no all 6 times?
No, I said twice. I said yeah. The rest of them.
So you've been married twice?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been 33%.
Twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So
one for 8 years. I woke up. I ain't like him no more. The other one, he did some whole shit. I ain't like him no more.
Wait, Peaches. Wait, Peaches. Wait. So how do you been proposed 6 times to?
Y'all don't know what y'all want.
Right. But how does it equate to us not knowing what we want, though?
You guys don't, y'all live in la la land. You know, y'all don't take a situation for what it is. Not all of y'all. So don't take it personal because you looking up like, you know, here you go. You said,
I'm about to be on your head. That's why.
You know, but my thing is you don't. Like, y'all to try to force something. If we kicking it, we having fun, we chilling, you know, let it be that. You know, don't let a good time make you want to go in and do this for a long time. Like, this ain't what we doing.
Wait, I'm still not getting how being proposed to 6 times equates to men not knowing what they want.
Y'all live in la la land.
What's la la land? What are we looking for that's unrealistic?
I want to think that I want to marry them.
Boy, you did twice.
And I shouldn't. I got some cute kids though. But other than that, you know. But yeah, I did it twice. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna do it again. I just ain't in the habit of giving people chances. When you show me who you are, I'ma believe you. Now you know y'all don't come out until after you married. I had a dude sleep with me for about a year. He slept with me for a year. We got married. Man, you know that'd be Dirk. I was scared as hell to open my eyes and see who was laying in the bed next to me. He was howling, like snoring. Like, where you been for a year? Like, y'all be tricking people.
So let me ask you this.
Y'all do the
Let me
same
ask you
thing.
this, Peaches.
We
let
do?
Me ask you this,
yeah,
Peaches.
you gonna get whatever get out the car.
Peaches, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If I told you, hey, let me take you down to the car lot and help you pick out a car, but my track history is that every car I pick out turns out to be a lemon, right? At what point, as me as a person, say maybe I'm not this good at picking cars, right? So if the men you're picking are at 6 proposed, you said 2, the 2 of them, but they both was trash. And
they wondered he wasn't trash. He just I fell out of love with him.
Okay, so it wasn't him, it was you. So in one case it was you, but not him. In the other case it was him.
Both cases, yeah, it was me. Both times.
Crazy.
It was you both cases. Okay, so we already identified. We already identified what it was.
I say that to say if I wanted to be, I would be still married to either one of them. I would still be married. You know, that's what I want to be. I grew up and I watched my mom and my grandmother live in a relationship that wasn't happy, you know, and they stay and they use that, it's best for the kids, you know. Right. So
which it is.
It might
not
be.
Necessarily.
If a kid I'm not gonna let a kid see something toxic because we're setting the tone for what we're gonna tell the people that our children to accept. If we stay with something that is not something that I wouldn't want my kids to go through. If a man cheats,
abuse.
and that can come in any form. I kick ass too, though. Don't hit me because I hit you back.
Okay.
Don't hit me because I would you and not with my hand.
Listen to this though. Check this out. Chastity said a lot of men propose to keep women around because they want to keep them hanging around and don't want them to go nowhere or be with anybody else. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that happen.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that happen.
But I'm not her.
Yeah. But what about women? But what about women who be with a dude for 7 years or 10 years or 12 years and they never get married?
They stupid.
What's Kevin Samuels got to say about that? Hold on. Let's see what Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels' face. That's how I feel about that right there. Please, with the foolishness.
I mean, ultimately, you want to know you get in a relationship, with a goal, a common goal. However, a lot of people rush in. Not 7 years is too long. They rush into something and they don't let it get old to where. They don't let it marinate long enough to see what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean? Like I say, a year, 2 years, you really don't know a person till you live with them. And sometimes you won't go to a struggle. Sometimes you might not know a person until money is involved. You can get with someone and y'all will be even killed, but once they take off and start elevating, and or somebody's, it becomes unbalanced, then you'll see what type of person you're getting with too. So I feel like a lot of things are rushed in, or I'm pregnant, or I've been out here, so I'm ready to settle down, and then you settle down, and I learned from experience, I ain't gonna keep repeating the shit, but I had to go through it to get to it, right? But you go through these things and you settle, and then you don't know the person. So now y'all good for 3 weeks. Somebody got an attitude a day or two, and then the kids see this. We don't have to talk. You don't have to argue in front of the kids. A lot of things, a lot of how much of communication is nonverbal. Dang, where you at?
So
your mic is popping. I don't know what's going on with your mic, but it's popping pretty bad.
Okay, I don't know either. How about, what's in the yellow? It was turned up too. How about now? I'm good. Good now?
Not yet.
What you was about to say, Mel?
I think well first what you were saying, Peaches, I think we got to get very specific so we can have the conversation, because when we speak in these general we don't know what you're saying, right? So if we be specific with let's just pinpoint a situation, right? To me, the purpose of a marriage is to join together two people, create a family, and the purpose for that family must be evident, or not evident, but it must be transparent to both parties, right? So if you having kids and you're saying, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I got this plan as a man. I want to own this business. I want to send our kids in this type of direction. I want them to be educated. I want them to be productive members of society and go and be educated and do all that stuff. That's our plan, right? Like, we are almost business partners in that, right? And we're trying to get that goal accomplished, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's also a bonus that we also are companions and we love each other. That's a bonus. But we shouldn't be making decisions based on love, because love is an emotion that is up and down, especially in the female. We're more even keel. Females are up and down on an emotional roller coaster. So the love that a female feels for you is going to be conditional a lot of times, and it's going to go up and down with her emotions. Mm-hmm. So it makes no sense when I see married couples break up based on I woke up and I didn't love them anymore, when you still got these kids where we had a mission to get them out in society and do well. And we know every statistical category that's in the negative goes sky high for kids that are in single parent households. Well, not even just single parent households, but households without the father. Okay. Like every statistic, like they tend to get arrested more, they have babies faster, they have less education, they make less money, they commit more crime, they go to prison. All those things are evident for kids without their father. And we continue to make these decisions to break up families based on the fact that somebody woke up and wasn't in love no more.
My thing is,
before you respond, Peaches, I think we got to take into account as well that you're not taught to be a good husband, or you're not taught to be a good wife, right? So that's why I said what I said about kind of like, I don't necessarily agree that you should stay together for the kids.
I'm not.
You can still raise very functional children from separate households, but kids definitely learn how to be a husband and how to be a wife from what they see. So if they see y'all ignoring each other, if they see that, dad doesn't hug or, show mom any affection, or if they see that mom and dad don't work together in any type of way, even outside the home, like if they're building businesses or something of that, nature, I think all of that kind of plays into what type of husband and or wife that you are raising, because we don't sit, when you have the A's, the birds and the bees, talk with your son or daughter, you talk to them about sex, but you don't necessarily talk to them about being a husband or a wife. And then when we get together, we don't know what to expect from one another, because I grew up in this type of household and this is what I saw. You grow up in that type of household and this is what you saw, but there's a lot of small print being performed behind closed doors of mom and dad, where that's where they argue. So you don't see that. and there's a way that you have to learn how to argue. So I think that also what we have to do is we got to communicate what our expectations are to one another, you know what I'm saying, beforehand. Because I believe strongly in what Mel just said, that you can't base this thing strictly off love. It's got to be some type of business relationship in order for it to work. That's why I don't understand when I see people get divorced after 20 years.
We both have to be invested, though. You know,
you gotta have skin in the game.
Business, but you fire people from a business all the time. So we gonna run it like a business.
No, you're not your business partner. No, you don't fire you fire an employee, not your business partner.
Okay, so y'all liquidate and go y'all ways. You know.
Yeah, but how often does you would rather not do that? So what I'm saying in the structure of a marriage, if we're approaching it like, hey, we have a goal and we must get to that goal, no one will be saying, all right, we having a rough patch. What do I need to put into this marriage in order to fix this rough patch? Is it counseling? Is it counseling? Is it okay, I need to purposely pay more attention? You get what I'm saying? Like if we're going just off feelings and emotion, we're gonna do and respond based on what our feelings and emotion. So if I get my feelings hurt, I'm not gonna want to do X, Y, and Z. But you can't do the business and get your feelings hurt and say, right, still have to do what you have to do.
Come up here with me. Okay, I get what you're saying, but this is how I look at it as a woman with two girls. You know, granted, things go on behind closed doors, right? Everything can't be masked. Say my husband go out and cheat on me. We have this discussion in behind closed doors. So you think when I open the door and go through the house and going through my days and spending time with my children, this doesn't weigh heavy on my mind? You know, you think that your kids don't know? You think so you're telling us to go through life to fake it because that's what's best for us as a adulthood, as a family, as a Black culture as a whole? Or are we teaching our daughters that, because we're raising this family, I'm trying to get me and Dane, we're raising this family and we're trying to stay together through thick and thin, you're gonna have to accept the bullshit.
But how long, Peaches? That was the vows. To death do us part, sickness and health, right? That was the vows.
Okay. So you're saying that you want your daughter to go out and get cheated on because we took vows, and I know you ain't gonna leave, so he gonna do her however the hell he want to because she ain't going nowhere.
What
you gonna be in his house with your shotgun.
What I'm saying is, Peaches, when you got married, when you took vows, what vows did you take?
I took, and granted, I'm not taking nothing away from my
but when they said for better. When it said for better or for worse, what was the worst that you had in your thought process when you said for better or for worse?
Okay, you keep saying this stuff and you want to bring it back to the Bible. Have you lied? You know, one sin's not great.
No, that's not Bible. That's marriage vows.
Yeah, but where they come from? Where they come from? Where they originate from? These marriage vows, the Bible, right? No sin's greater than the other. You're not gonna lie, you don't steal, you don't supposed to cheat, you don't, none of that stuff, you know, but y'all are going to marry one white lie. Okay. I forgot this, you know, and then we gotta, that's okay. Your wife lied to you, you violated, you mad, you know, but you go and cheat.
Right.
And then you think that, you know, you looking at her different. Once you feel like she a liar, you never gonna look at her the same, you know. I have you know, so if I feel like you a cheater, I gotta wake up every word about whether you going to work, whether you going somewhere else. Not saying that I got cheat because this was his. My daughter is his. Actually, I never had that problem with him. You know, yeah, did I? Like I didn't even have to worry about him looking. So I'm not speaking from me on that aspect. And when I did enter that marriage, right, we were both military. We both had a future ahead of us. You know, he was tall, he was light-skinned with the good hair, you know, good genes. You know, his dad and mom was separated. He still was successful. You know, I separated from them. My daughter's on a full ride pre-med scholarship. She's a 19-year-old senior in college. Senior. Which is good. 19 years old.
So back to what Sincere was saying. It's possible. Just because your kids grow up without, you know, that both their parents in the same house doesn't mean they're doomed. It just means that the the odds of whether, you know, they're going to be as successful if they had both, you know, kind of is against them. It doesn't mean it's not possible and it's not going to happen. So I'm glad that you got them on point and you co-parenting well. A lot of people are not able to do that though.
Co-parenting well, you know, it's some Texas.
Okay, but you know that, but right, but they need both. They need both of y'all. But what you brought up about the Bible with the sin and all that stuff, that's perfect. What I'm saying, because God knows that we're not perfect. So when you go and marry a person that's not perfect, then you must accept the fact that it's going to be some bad things going to happen. Am I going to forgive him or her? You got to think about that. But when you take those vows and say you are going to do that, you say for better or for worse, and then you quit as soon as the worst happened, then you wasn't serious about your vows.
8 years. You know, there's some both.
Hold on. We got a good comment here from Sabra. I don't want to mess that up.
That's my Gemini twin. That's who I was with this weekend.
Hey, okay. Well, I'm glad you're still alive, Gemini twin. I seen them pictures. Anyway, she said, when you get married, your spouse is still your number one priority. Having kids is a priority, don't get me wrong, but that partnership need to stay in the forefront while raising those kids. Now, I'm going to say, I think that this is where a lot of problems lie. Right, so we get married, or maybe even before we marry, we have kids, and then we get so involved with raising kids that we forget about the other. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that is, whether it's you forget about your wife or you forget about your husband. You know what I mean? And you start to prioritize them less because of the demands that come with being a parent, which is understandable. However, you got to make a conscious effort to avoid that. You know what I mean? And like I said, we weren't raised to, or nobody raised us or told us what you need to succeed as a husband or what you need to succeed as, you know what I'm saying, a wife. But those things they coincide, you know what I'm saying, with parenting. And that's one of the decisions, and that's one of the things that lead to the decisions that at least men make to, you know what I'm saying, choosing a woman. I think she'd be a great mother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hopefully, you know, when a woman chooses a man, she would also believe that he'd be a great husband. This is what the issue is that I have with sometimes with women and their selection that you know they made for a spouse, baby daddy, or whatever, right? Yeah. So the relationship goes only as far as the woman off top. Right, because if I'm a dude and I come up to you, I say, "Hey, how you doing, beautiful?" And you be like, "That's it. The relationship is over. it didn't last. It lasted as long as that sentence, as long as it took me to say that sentence, right?" But if you entertain me and then we get to some point to where we begin to spend, you know what I'm saying, some type, you know what I'm saying, of time together, then you're choosing, because I already chose you whenever, you know what I'm saying, I made my approach. But when you give me your time of day, then it's you choosing to give me, you know what I'm saying, that time. The thing that's always baffled me is I don't understand how a woman, especially when we talk about, whenever you use the word submit, and that's what I'm going to talk about, the word submit. Whenever you say, you know what I'm saying, hey, you got to submit to your husband, a woman will lose her damn mind. Like, what you mean submit? Like, I'm not submitting to
you. A man, that's not an issue. That's submission.
I'm sorry.
But I ain't submitting to no sucker.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. So why would it be hard for a woman to submit to a man that she chose in the first place?
I would just like to submit my little quick point of view. In relationships in general, it's harder for the man to accept responsibility for what they do than what the woman does.
I disagree.
When a man is and
I knew that was coming.
That's definitely gonna be a disagreement.
Yeah, because I disagree too, but go ahead.
It often comes down to a level of habituation. Men get so caught up in their everyday life of this is all I have to do, they forget to go back and check to make sure their woman is on point at the same time. And that's a part of the communication. That's a part of caring. If you are a man in a house with a wife and y'all have kids, men switch to the gender roles. You the wife, this is you supposed to do. Me being married 13 years, I definitely understand that point. I call myself now a dad mom because it's my responsibility to rear these kids just the same as it is for their mother to rear them. So when a woman is not happy and she had to move on, it becomes the woman's fault because we don't want to take responsibility for what we didn't do and what we could do better, because as me only thought is we just supposed to provide. But if you ask that question, what is providing? Is providing financially the only thing that you supposed? I'm a firm believer in a lot of marriages don't work because people don't know who they are to begin with to even jump into a situation. We hold women responsible for our happiness when at the end of the day we are all responsible.
I disagree.
For our happiness.
I disagree.
I think that shit was completely on the other foot, bro. I just want to say one thing, only because I know I'm gonna forget if I don't say it right now. So here's the thing, right? So before you got cut off, you were saying something about in medieval days, right?
Right.
The value of the I like to say like a marriage is like a picture frame, right? It's like a picture, right? So the woman is the picture. She is what everybody adores and is looking at, but the man is like the frame that kind of accents the picture. You know what I'm saying? And hold up, Peach, and holds the picture together, right? The thing that will kill a king is the woman that lay in his arms. If back in the day, like you were talking about, Dame, in the medieval times, you know, what did they use to like squash wars or to improve kingdoms and all of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they use marriage.
They use marriage, right? And usually you know, hey, I have a larger plot of land. My kingdom is bigger than yours, but your army is bigger and stronger than mine. I'm gonna give you my daughter. I'm gonna give my daughter to your son so that they can get married and our kingdoms can become one, right?
So you sacrifice.
That's how that was back in the day, right? Go ahead. What you say?
But you sacrificed your child, right?
I'm sorry.
You totally disregarded what your daughter wants because it wasn't best for the big picture. So you made her get in the
First of all, you didn't even let me finish. You just jumped in. You didn't even let me finish what I was going to say.
That's what they did back there. But you saying that wasn't what y'all saying though. Ain't that what he's saying?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's how they did things. That's how. What I'm saying is that the woman is always the prize, right? That still applies to this day. The woman is still the prize, but what's happened is women don't act like they the prize. Women act like niggas today. On a large scale.
It's the most educated species on this earth, right?
Bruh, I know that. I posted it. I put it on my Facebook. No, that don't mean that they not. That don't mean that they know what. Hey, matter of fact, the chicks who I used to treat the worst was the ones who was in college.
What do they need to do to act like they're the prize?
Okay, this is what I feel about it. You better
not this right here is what I'm saying.
But this feel about those situations, and I can speak actually for. I know if my uncle is still on here.
Hold up,
wait. So they actually, my mom and her siblings were raised in a 2-parent household, right?
Right.
My mom and her siblings saw a relationship that did it for better or worse, right?
Right.
Not my Uncle Kenny, because he was he did some other thing. Do you know they had 7 children, 6 lived to be grown? You know, most of them suffer for mental health and addictions. With a 2-parent household, the ones that y'all say supposed to win because they saw a woman or a man in a situation that wasn't good for them, but they stuck it out for the kids. And guess what? That's what they taught their children. That's your happiness doesn't matter. You're going to go through your whole life unhappy because it's not part of the bigger picture. The bigger picture is to get these kids up and make sure they have a fighting chance or whatever. Fuck happiness. So now you got daughters or sons to go mess around. What he said, Chad, however you say his name, have a great nightstand, get a chick pregnant, don't even know her. Now, oh, we got a baby. You know, we got to give it the best chance. Look, we got to get married. Man, get the hell out of here. I'm not.
I believe I spoke against sticking together just for the sake of the kids. I just want to say that. But we got Unc on the phone. Go ahead, Unc.
Hey, for one thing, ain't nothing really new under the sun.
Right.
But marriage is such a sacred thing. People just toss it around like it's a fucking fad.
I believe
nowadays.
That. Mm-hmm.
So it's not a thing what a woman doing. It's not a thing what a man is doing. It's a thing on what society is doing. It's just like you take the situation of marriage, and then you take the situation of racism. They one of the same. Don't nobody really give a fuck about it. You see, it don't mean nothing. The black lives that's being lost is just the same as a fucking marriage that only lasts 5 years. Don't nobody take shit serious. But those lives lost, don't know. How could you not take a life lost serious? How could you not take a marriage serious? So y'all actually like playing around. You ain't putting a fucking dick in the pussy. You playing around and shit. Talking about what men doing and what women doing. It's what society is doing. It's the breaking down of society. And that's how I really see it. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is something that comes down from the Most High between one person and another person, a man and a female, and it's supposed to be sanctified. There's no sanctification in marriage anymore. There's no sanctification in life anymore.
It never was. And, Shirley been calling, what's her name? Barbara been calling Shirley. It never was.
Shirley.
Yeah. Hey, Barbara, this Shirley. From the bottom of his toes to the stuff on his back. And
hey, but one thing I would say to you people out there is that if you find a mate, a male or female, if you find a mate, one of the lasting thing was something that can keep it together is that you always remain friends. You're going to go through your ups and you're going to go through your downs, but remain friends. And it really don't have to be on your cortex, but know in your heart that you love this person. And no matter what you go through, you will overcome it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I say about that. I'm gone.
Yeah. All right, dog. Appreciate you. Hey, I got a question, though. He said something about society, which was a good question. I was going to somewhat lead into that after what Peter said. But what type of role does society play, or should society play any role in marriage and its outcomes?
It's always played a role. Those shows that you thought about said about back in the medieval times.
You keep pulling up is societal.
That's society. Influence. Yeah, but my thing.
What you talking about? Like this? This right here?
Yeah, that's society.
Yeah. Them kings been had whores, right? They been at the head side chicks. Y'all want a woman, but you said a few shows ago, I can go. It's okay for me to go park into somebody else's driveway. Can't nobody park in mine. You didn't say it was okay.
Like that. You trying to get me in trouble, fam? I ain't say nothing like that.
Like that. I just corrected myself. But the example you had, it's different when somebody parking your driveway, right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
So you went in a marriage and y'all saying it is sacred and it's this and that and another, but it wasn't sacred enough. But you when you protect and you provide, you protect everything, the whole being. Don't just, if I'm in the trouble or my tire flat or it's a bug, you gonna go kill that. That same energy you have when you going to do that stuff, or who you think you're talking to, you have that before you make these decisions to step outside or to violate in any reason. And if you keep that at the forefront or whatever your job as a man to protect and provide, of course, a lot of things, your wife will be happy because she's not gonna look at you crazy or whatever. If she know that this is something that you're doing, you in tune to that, you invested in it with no money and no stock market and no retirement plans or whatever. We talking about you invested in her the same way you want her to be invested in you. Till you have that, you're not. It's not gonna happen. People do these.
You do a lot of one-way talking.
One of the main reasons we was here was to address the Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
So the biggest part of that I'm taking away from this piece is we talking about men devaluing women, right? But women is surprised. That's what was said, right? Women is surprised. But this whole conversation came about because Kevin Samuel is devaluing women to the point of where they think they're too much of the prize. So how can he be right?
He's not devaluing. He's not devaluing.
I don't think he's devaluing women.
What's he doing?
So what you call it?
Hey, there's a thing that said that a man who tells the truth has no friends. I think he's just telling them the truth.
What part is the truth?
He is.
Give me. Hey, dang, give me one example of something he said that devalues women.
That a woman with kids will never have a husband.
He never said
he doesn't say that. He does not say that. What he said was a woman with kids would not have a high value man.
Of what? Huh?
A high value man.
What is a high value?
He said a woman with kids would not have a high value man. That's what he said. And I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'm just saying that's not devaluing her.
What is a high value man? I watched the
wait.
His definition of a high value man.
I watched the show where he was saying that a woman spoiled herself because she had kids too early. Now, in the man's mind, that if a man meet a woman with kids, he's going to be worried about, if I accept this woman into my life, I have to worry about taking care of her kids before I have to worry about taking care of my own. So she doesn't need to look for a husband. She just needs to look for a stepfather because that's all she gonna get.
That's not what he said. The premise of everything the premise of what he was saying, and when it comes to women who have kids that's looking to be remarried, is that a man that has a plethora of options, right? If I'm looking at a woman with no kids, why would I choose the woman with kids over the one with no kids? If everything is equal, wait. If everything is equal, and I have one with no kids and one with kids, I'm probably gonna pick one to marry with no kids so I can have my own.
How old are you?
That's what he's saying. That's not I'm 39. That's not devaluing women. That's being real. We think like that.
How often do you think, at a man your age, you would look for a woman around your age, right? How many 39-year-old women you know out here with no kids?
There are some. There are a couple.
A couple. You said it. A couple. You can count them on the finger.
How many? As a percentage? And right now in the United States, what's the percentage of kids?
The percentage is low, but the percentage is also low for high value men. So I'm just saying that the percentage is low for high value men as well.
People automatically start talking about they crazy. That's why they ain't got kids or husband, so they don't want them either.
Wait, but see what you're doing, Dang, is you're not. Hold on, Dang. What you're doing, Dang?
I gotta let y'all in on a secret when y'all say the women is the prize. Let me tell y'all about us as women. When we go out, we ain't impressing y'all. We shitting on these hoes, right? Mm-hmm. So when I walk in the club and I'm with my man, I want women to look at him and like, damn, who is that? I don't want to know regular Rudy Poo ass motherfucker that ain't nobody looking at. And they gonna be like, girl, what you doing with him? You gotta say, oh, but he got money. Hell no. Ain't nobody on that. We don't even trying to get that far.
Peaches, the way you just said that, what type of man you don't want, you have to respect when a man says, I don't want to take my wife or my new wife somewhere and got somebody else's kids. You have to respect it. What you just said, just because you said it and it came from woman, guess what I did? You know what? Boom. That's what women. I guess that's what she liked, and I have no problems with it. I didn't come back and try to challenge you on it at all. But when a man says, if I have options, I'm not picking the woman with kids. If I have an option of a woman without kids, that should be end of the story. It should be a period right there. But we're getting challenged when a man says this, and you're trying to say that Kevin Samuel is devaluing men.
No.
Okay. All right. So, but that doesn't devalue men, though.
You got to be able to accept the reverse. A lot of times, you can be a high value man.
I just did it.
I've dealt with one, a couple millionaires. You can Google them or whatever, and I don't have to put up with the high value man stuff. I can pay for my end. This is something. Wait a minute. So, but it's a bad thing at us. Like that's not what I want. 9 times out of 10, high value men, it take a little while to get into it, right? Get up there in money, right? If y'all look at Kevin Samuels and his child support case, guess what? His wife was the breadwinner with his bitch ass. That's why I can't respect what come out of his mouth. He won't even.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It does. This the man who y'all looking at in their advice for. Somebody who played theyself. Somebody who's behind on their child support. Somebody who has.
He's not behind on the child support.
Yeah, he ain't. You see the paper? You see the what you call that shit? I just did one.
I don't care. We're not talking about the child support. I don't care if you're behind or not. It ain't got nothing to do with my money.
As a woman, I don't want nobody talk about my dude. Oh, he
right.
his business.
Right.
That look, you make it.
So listen though. Check this out. So right there, you see what you said was I care as a woman. Right? Yeah. I don't give a fuck as a man. So as a man, I care about X, Y, and Z. Hey, I care about X, Y, and Z, and I should be allowed to care or not care about that without any type of, any type of backbiting from no woman.
That's not a man thing. That's a human thing.
That's a human.
So
what's a human thing?
This is what I care about right here, Sincere. I care about the topic that we started 5 minutes ago when I asked, what is it that Kevin Samuel said that devalues women? And you said, Dane,
he rates them.
Wait. I'm dealing with one thing.
He doesn't rate them. They rate themselves.
I'm dealing with one thing. Dame said he devalues women because he said that if you have kids, then don't no man want you. That first thing that Dame said was a lie because he never said that. What he actually said is that a man with options is not going to go for the woman with kids over the woman without kids. Are we in agreement that is what he said, and that's also true because a man?
This is a consistent topic through a lot of shows that he talks.
Is it true that a man, Dame, you as a man, if you had options and you were single, Dame, and you had two women vetting you for marriage, and one had 2 kids from a previous baby daddy, maybe 2, and one had 0 kids, everything else was equal. You're telling me one with the kids? And I know the answer is no.
What you mean?
All right, so we can put that to bed. What's the next thing that you have a problem with Kevin Samuel?
Realistic. It's never going to be equal.
That is realistic.
That's that Kevin Samuel spin where you trying to drive the conversation. But to date, my point.
No, I'm asking a direct question.
I'm
getting rid of the fluff. You hear all the fluff that y'all took one topic. Y'all took one topic all the way to 17 different subparticles or subtopics, and we don't even know what we're talking about. Stick with the topic. We're talking about him devaluing men or devaluing women. Is he really devaluing women, or is he really saying what men like?
Okay, he told the chick she's average at best.
Hold on, wait. This is where I'm going. You told me that you knew my answer when you don't know my answer. That's the type of shit he do where he said he already know what a person.
Answer the question. Answer the question then.
It really depends on the woman and how I'm feeling for the woman. Because as the kids, that's a part of what it is.
Okay. One got kids, one don't got kids. Which one do you prefer?
It depends on the
Both
situation.
of them ain't vetting you because you probably got some kids and a wretched ass baby mama, and we don't want to deal with you and your shit either.
Are you asking me, am I afraid to be
if I ain't got no kids,
no, that's not. No, I'm asking you, do you prefer a woman with kids over a woman without
kids? And I was especially we talking about twins. You're not.
Do you prefer a woman with kids or a woman without kids? Wait, Peaches. You was allowed to say you prefer a man that all women want to look at.
Two people that's alike. Find two people that's alike, and then
listen,
show me an example.
This is what it boils down to, Peaches.
You using ifs hypothetically.
Peaches, this is what it boils down to.
You use a hypothetical.
You were able. You were able to say
hypothetically. You saying two people
that's
just
hypothetical. Either way, we'll never know the full thing. So if a man has the ability to choose between a woman with children and without children, that's just a hypothetical question. You don't know what we can't say what the woman with children, what her perks are, whatever, or what the woman was without it. We just saying on the surface, if they were both the same, except for those kids, which one would you choose? Everything is going to be hypothetical. We not so don't try to dress it all up like you know what I'm saying. Like we trying to do A, B, and C.
Okay, Kia had a kid, right?
She did,
right?
Yes.
You want fucking bitches without no kid? Not calling Kia a bitch, but you want fucking women with no kids. You was in the military.
You mean at that time?
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
You know. You definitely was. She was sliding with the college chicks and stuff. That's what y'all did back,
But listen, but this what I said. This what I said though. I said it ain't about making the decision with all of the intangibles at your disposal. You don't have those. All you have is the upright of there's a woman with kids and there's a woman without kids. And we are assuming hypothetically that everything else is the same across the board. Which woman would you choose? That's all we saying.
Why didn't you choose? Thinking we both dating you messing with two E5s in the Navy. One got kids, one don't. One can go when you want to. One can.
You being an E5, that's not a tangible asset. That's not a characteristic that anybody gives a fuck about.
Do it too hard. I'm making it equal.
That's not equal because they E5. They equal. That's not. No, come on, pieces. You know better than that.
So how are we equal any other way? I just said
you equal according to what I think is equal, not you. You don't have a say in that. You don't have a say in what I think is equal. You the woman. You don't have shit to do. You don't. If I'm dealing with you and I'm dealing with another woman, neither one of you have a say on what I think is equal between you both as far as characteristics are concerned. It's what I think, and what I think might be different from what Dane think, and it might be different from what Mel think. So I might make a decision that's going to go to this direction, whereas if Mel had to make the same decision, he would have went in a different direction.
So how y'all stamp this? You just contradict yourself.
Just this argument invalidates Kevin Samuel anyways, right? Because what this argument...
Listen, let me tell you something, Dane, for real though. The reason why I like Kevin Samuels the most is because he protects black men. He don't let nobody get on there and talk no shit about black men, and that's what most of these damn shows do. They get on there and they run down black men, and Kevin Samuels don't play that shit. That's the reason why I like him high and above anything else, is because he won't allow it. He had a woman on his show who tried to talk bad about her father, and then he had to check her about her father. Like, you a successful woman, you have a sister who you also say is successful. Well, you gonna say your daddy ain't shit? And he knee deep in her ass. Come on, man. We not playing them.
Daddy one shit.
Kevin Samuels started in 2015. He has an episode talking about if my life would be different if I had a daddy. He did not gain his popularity until he started dragging black women, and that's what he started getting paid for. He has a complex against black women.
Hey, tell me the exact show that you talk about where he dragged the black woman.
It's a bunch of them. If I didn't know I had to write it down.
Bro, my mom is black. My grandmother is black. My wife is black. My daughter is black. I wouldn't fuck with nobody who dragged black women. He telling them the truth. And sometimes
wait. I would change my words. He does not drag black women. He just says things that don't apply to everybody, and he creates a narrative as if it does when it does not.
I got asked.
I mean, that's
No, he
something that
doesn't.
you as the listener has
No,
to
he
know.
doesn't.
I know that everything he's saying ain't God's word, and I know that everything, because I do believe there are some high value men who would marry a woman with kids. But according to him, they don't. But I mean, come on, I don't really, you know what I'm saying, have to go there. But the thing is this: the reason why his show is popping is because black women are his subscribers, his main point of interest, and black women are the ones who call up there to get his take on whatever problem or issue that they are presenting to him. He doesn't rate them; they rate themselves.
This is why I can't with him. I don't. He considers himself a high value man, right?
Yes.
Who went to court, and I know this. On the other hand, and ain't have taken care of his kids because his ex-wife could. That's number one. That's your high value.
But that's the first thing we run to. That's the first thing we run to. We want to figure out how the hell we can take a man that gives valid information to anybody, whether male or female, and let's try to figure out how we can drag him and make him so he ain't shit.
I'm not about to say that. Now, going in a club, you know, I see him. He long and slender, shoulders look like a coat on him, hair got a perm in it. I'm walking right past him. That's why. Where did he gain his?
That's you, Peaches.
I got my whole clique ain't dealing with him. He gonna have to.
Okay, that's y'all.
To our section.
Somebody gonna stop.
To our section, and we gonna
Somebody gonna stop.
Look, yeah, somebody, the little young chicks that's knocking on his door, that's looking, trying to eat, the same ones that Shad Moss aired out and don't know. Then the woman that's kicking down his door. You know, he graduated from college in 1987. How old is he? Pretty old.
Let me I wanna read Sabra's
Wait a minute. Okay,
she makes she's making some good points. No one's challenging that. It's just sad that some of these same men that don't want to date a woman with kids have kids themselves. I agree.
Can I respond
by the statement you just said? Yes, he's devaluing women. He's putting that stigma that women that have kids aren't wanted over a woman without kids. Young minds are malleable, and they going to run with that.
Hey, Sensei, can I respond to that?
Sure.
Oh, okay. So the first statement what she said were the same men that don't want to date a woman with kids has kids himself. No one ever said a man doesn't want to date a woman with kids. They said no. He said marry a woman with kids if they had the option of having a woman without kids. Marrying and dating is different thing. We'll bust that. A single man will bust down any woman, kids or no kids. But as far as marrying him, that's a different commitment. That means I'm going to have her and her kids from two other dads in my house, and I'm going to have to feed them. That's different than dating. We'll date anyone.
Let him finish.
You can't feed. You better get.
Let him finish, Pete.
It's this 2021. You know, a lot of us, like you see, I keep bringing this Shad Moss shit on there. You know, he gonna have to pay regardless, today or tomorrow. A lot of times, y'all think y'all got a responsibility that ain't why we with you for. Because a lot of times, you know, us as black women, our dreams and aspirations usually exceeds you guys. You know, y'all have a ceiling or a goal that y'all want to reach. And once y'all reach that or whatever, you can kick back and kick your feet. But what I was saying, as far as Kevin Samuels, he's in his 50s, right?
Nobody knows.
He graduated in 87. Them motherfuckers old or whatever. But I'm old too. I just turned 42, y'all. Well, yesterday, day before yesterday? Tuesday, y'all. But anyway, but you got to deal with a lot of stuff when it comes to him. He's been divorced. He have children. We don't know. Hold on. We don't know.
Now the same shit that you're saying doesn't matter for a woman. You saying it matters because it's Kevin Samuels.
You ain't let me say.
You've been cutting people off the whole show. What you talking about?
Wait a minute. He got, and I'm about to talk down. And he got children, right? We don't know. So he in his 50s. So they up there.
He does have a daughter.
Well, and it's just hypothetically speaking, dude got 2-3 kids. He 30.
He has a daughter.
Okay, I'm talking in general.
Are you devaluing him based on him being divorced and 52 and having kids? Are you devaluing him?
Yeah, just like he did. Okay, so wait, I'm telling you why I wouldn't like him. Okay, So he got a couple kids, right? Now we don't know what we getting. We don't know the background. We know they not with the mama. We don't know if we got a perk head kid. We don't know if we got a pothead kid. We don't know if we got a mischief kid that's acting out or whatever. We don't know what this messy ass baby mama want. We don't know if she begging. We don't know if it's gonna be a lien on this account. We gotta take all that into consideration. Not that, it's lose for us. He did something. Now we gotta deal with all. Wait a minute. We gotta deal with all that. Now we got the mouth. We gotta deal with the mouth. And on top of that, your penis ain't half working. Who the fuck? He's not a hype. Anybody that's dating him is dating him for a come up. He's not nothing you want. He's not a looker.
Thank you.
Not a smart mouth.
Thank you.
And he's nothing you want to wake up to every day. And we're in our prime. It's my penis, and I want it down. He can't.
Shonda is very emotional about Kevin Samuels. He's a clandestine individual. He's very secretive about his life. However, what he says does not apply to all men. So, as a man, when I was younger, it may have been different in regards to who I would choose to date. But as a man that's damn near 40 years old, being single, I'm not going to say I need a 40-year-old woman with no kids or I can't do it. At the end of the day, with the maturity that I have and I understand, I know what it takes as a man to build a household. I know as a man what it takes to be a leader. That's including involving kids. So when you ask the question of whether I choose a woman with kids or without kids, that's kind of a hard question to ask because really it depends on the woman.
And that's the thing. This is what we forget. Is that when these women call, they're calling specifically to figure out how they can get high value men.
He told
listen, let me finish though. Once he figures out that these women will not, that they're not fit to have high value men, according to him, he tells them, there are perfectly good men out there that are only making $80,000, $100,000 a year who would love to have you.
And we will love them.
But the women don't want them because they want a man that's considered high value. So that train is traveling in both directions.
Yeah,
but see what I'm saying? So when they calling up there, they like they're calling for a man particularly. They're looking for a specific type of man. They looking for somebody who they can say, "Hey, he asks the question, do you work? Yes. If you have kids, are you still willing to work? No. I don't want to work after I have kids." So you looking for a certain type of man so that you cannot work and still live the good life when you don't have kids. And when he says, "Hey, what's wrong with marrying a plumber? What's wrong with marrying an IT guy?" They all say, "Oh, well, that's not what I want. I want a high value man." So I mean, it's not like he's being, misogynistic and all this kind of stuff either. When women calling up there for the same damn reason, and they have the same type of, and for the same, all of the same reasons that and all of the same reasons that Peaches ran down about. We don't want to deal with no baby mama because of this and because of that. Because that's the reason why men don't want to deal. Those men don't want to deal with a woman who also has kids because they're going to have to deal with all of those things that you just named.
I can't speak for everybody else. We don't have that type of problem.
What I'm saying is his narratives don't fit everybody. Especially
he never tried to say it did though.
In his 50s that is trying to find 20-year-old IG models to fit his perspective. When he went to college, he graduated in a degree in marketing. This whole
engineering,
this in fashion.
Yeah.
This whole consultant thing that he created, created for himself to create a platform for himself. So
what?
When he speaks and he have conversation, he likes to drive it, and that's why he asks, "How old are you? Do you have kids? Do you have this? Do you have that?" Because he wants to create it and put it into a cluster that fit his narrative of what men want. You can't speak for men. You can't speak for me.
He said he's speaking for high value men.
What is a high value man?
I'm not one, evidently, so I don't know.
Yes, you are.
I thought you said you watched the show.
Create high value.
Yeah.
According to him,
his definition. His definition.
He just
Listen,
got his
like I said before, it ain't like I look at Kevin Samuels and be like, yo, I'm gonna base my whole life off this man and what he's saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he does tell these women the truth 9 out of 10 times, and he always steps in the gap when anybody tries to play or disrespect black men. And I ain't gonna lie, I like
high value man.
You
not a high value man, Mark?
Of course I am. What you talking about?
You just said you weren't.
By his definition,
Kevin's definition. By Kevin's definition.
By Kevin's
and the women that call his show,
the
women that call his show want a high value man by Kevin's definition.
Right. I listen to Ice-T, to Ice Cube, DMX, Tupac, all this kind of shit, but I ain't never went out and shot nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the music.
Wait,
you see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. I mean, he's not going to sway the way I think about myself or sway the way I do anything. But I like the fact that he going to go and tell women the truth 9 out of 10 times, and 2, he always going to step in the gap when anybody try to come out there and disrespect black men.
Is it an opinion or is it a fact?
It's an opinion.
Because the truth is a fact, right?
The truth is a fact.
So what is an opinion?
The opinion is opinion of whoever.
Is it a fact?
Whoever's saying it.
Is it a fact?
Is what a fact?
An opinion.
Opinion. It depends. If I give you my opinion, it's a fact.
How?
Because I said it. It's my opinion.
So
if my opinion is the sky is blue, it happened to also be a fact. But all opinions are not fact.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it because
my opinion is that the sky is blue. Do you agree with that opinion, or do you have your own opinion? If my opinion can land and happen to be a fact, or my opinion can also not be a fact.
You said it's gonna happen to be. It happened to be, huh?
If my opinion is a fact, then it's a fact. But if my opinion is not a fact, then it's like I'm saying. If my opinion is that the sky is blue, man, you off topic, man. If my opinion is the sky is blue, that is also a fact. Two things can be true.
That's not an opinion.
I'm trying to find that thing. Y'all keep talking about Kevin Samuels this and Kevin Samuels that. This the same suck ass dude that hopped up under them girls podcast and made that 2 paragraph post because they disagreed with something that he said. And I'm trying to find it.
What they got to do with anything?
Because it's the same thing. Y'all saying that they devalue. He said they devalued him when they response was the same thing that he's been doing. So he's not on point. You know, it's just something that creates diversity and a further gap between the men and the women of our culture, and it's pretty much trying to tell a woman to settle for something that's in her sights, but you're gonna tell a man to shoot for the stars. You know, what I'm gonna do with a 50-some-year-old man who need pills? You know, like he's a.
You know how many people make it to the NFL? Like 0.01% or something like that. So if your child wanted to be a football player since they were young, you did everything that you could to try to make that dream, you know what I'm saying, come true. Right? There is a moment where you, as a parent, will know, like, damn, this boy ain't gonna make it to the NFL.
And I'm gonna let him know.
And he the slowest one on the team. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to run routes. He can't tackle.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like at some point in time, you're gonna have to say, "Hey, son, you know what I'm saying? Let's start to look at something else other than football." You know what I'm saying? As a manner of providing for yourself.
Let's start looking at something as a high value man, especially when if you leave, the lights ain't gonna get cut off.
Real quick.
I don't care about that shit.
Real quick.
I care about what you look like, how physical you is. I care about you protecting, having the ability to protect me. If we go out here and there's some shit, you ain't finna get knocked out. Now I gotta fight for you with this little bitty ass. But I'm this right here. Can y'all hear this?
Obviously, I don't know whether
this is recent. Like
the clip of us discussing, he had a segment on his Instagram talking about defining what a high value man is and the fact that high value men don't cheat. And it was something that our guest
that was the truth.
And Manny and myself collectively thought was a crock of shit. So we decided last week to comment on it, and then I think somebody sent it to him, or he listened to that small really minuscule segment on our episode and chose to respond in the YouTube. Y'all, he chose to respond on the YouTube
with his bitch ass.
Which, I mean, great, no problem. The internet
Suck
is
ass,
that is
nigga. You
exactly
see
what the
this?
internet is for. It is invite. No, but it's an open forum.
Hey, Peach is the same one that was talking about Kwame Brown back in the day.
And say what they
Hey,
need to say.
real
Why you say that?
quick.
Don't put that in the air.
In one of his segments on his YouTube channel to mention us and mention the podcast. Girl, read the comments so we can get this off. We got
You hear this? Sucker.
Barely.
A whole punk.
Read his comments
Girl.
that he left on our YouTube page. On his
Y'all be listening to Tata Delicious. He be on point.
You want me to read his comment or you want me to read mine? Please read yours. Read his first, and then I got a song. Can you?
You hear that? Tata Delicious.
Yeah, I'm more interested in what Dame got to say than I don't even understand the
I
shit
need
people
you to
say.
go. I'm gonna send that to you, and I'm gonna let you know. Tata Delicious writing 2 paragraphs like a long text message that y'all get from y'all wife when when they mad. That Tata Delicious on in his feelings with his, he be cute though, girl, with his little clothes on, his degree in fashion. Get the fuck out of here.
But to go back to I mean, I'm a logophile, so when you throw words around, that means a lot to me. So when we talking about an opinion definition of that is a belief, right?
Okay.
A fact is something that's knowledge and that's actually known.
Right.
You have to be able to speak completely 100% across the board for whatever that issue is in order for it to be a fact. What I'm saying about Kevin Samuels, whatever he talks about is not 100% factual because it does not apply to all men. It is only his belief. And what he
means,
I agree with
nobody who speaks on relationship can speak then, because nobody is 100% factual and it applies across the board to 100% of people. Steve Harvey,
one person like the next person don't.
Dr. Phil, it don't matter who you go with.
What you just said,
you just personally don't like Kevin Samuels. You didn't have this conversation about Steve Harvey with his horrible takes on relationship.
I wrote Steve Harvey like Seabiscuit, boy. And them girls that bought that book.
Okay.
What you said about Kevin Samuels is he speaks facts. Facts according to who? Is this his facts or is it his opinion of a situation? He drives his show based off his own personal narrative, and it does not fit for everybody. It don't fit for everybody, and it's not true for everybody. You asked me the question of, I'm gonna go back again, if I was a man that had a choice to date a single woman or a woman with kids. Being a man at a stature that I am, if a woman has kids, I'm gonna step up in the game and do what I have to do. When he talk about a man is worried about taking kids,
so you want to be the you don't want to be the stepdad, you want to be the dad that stepped up. That's what you're saying.
That's a good way to explain it. And I'm not afraid to take care of my own kids at the same time.
Good luck with that, man. I mean,
you got any kids?
Yeah, I got 3.
You married?
Yeah, I'm married 16 years.
They all by her?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't got no dog in this
You don't
fight,
have
then.
a dog in this fight, bro.
Yeah.
Wait.
You got a dog in this fight.
Wait.
And it be me and that be like, I know what my brother going through. I know you don't.
Wait. That's not fair. Wait. Dang. That's not fair. Wait. Hold on. Slow down, Dang. Wait. Let me say this. Dang. Let me say this. Hold on, Peaches. Let me say this. All right. So you said 100% facts across the board. Nobody's ever claimed.
Go ahead.
I don't think Kevin's ever claimed to say that his stuff apply to 100% of people. In fact, I think the last episode I even listened to, and I've heard him say it multiple times, is he don't speak in absolutes. He speak in what the masses do. So if it's 51%, then that is the mass. That is considered the masses. So if I can find if I can ask 100 men and 51 of them would rather go with the woman without the kids than the woman with the kids.
He shouted out 1% of any one of his videos. So how did he say he's speaking for the absolute?
You gotta be.
Listen, he said he's not speaking for absolute.
No numbers in there.
He said he's not speaking for absolute. He's speaking for what the masses would do, what the majority, not the masses, what the majority would do.
So I
just like I vote.
wife.
just like our voting system with democracy. If 51% vote for Trump, then Trump's in office. And that means the 51% just spoke for the 49. That's what happened.
Before it become fact, has any surveys, have he held any polls or anything that say that 51% of men says this is what they would do?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
there's actually a website that he grabbed the information from. And I can't remember what the name of it is, but I went to it and it does back up a lot of that stuff he said.
You brought up
blackdemographics.com.
Picture of those facts that he's talking about.
Hey, no, that ain't even right. Bring up the black men that answered these polls. How many polls y'all took? It's 3 of y'all right here. Y'all did a poll.
Wait. So it's two things.
You doing a poll. So these numbers are high value white men, and the statistics is on the internet. Or are we speaking from that of a black man? That's number one.
He get his stats from blackdemographic.com. It's all black.
That's what it is. Blackdemographic.com. Yeah, that's what it is.
What percentage of the black people are actually
go to that site.
You heard of it?
I ain't never heard of it.
You heard of it before.
That's how I know y'all don't watch the show for content.
Niggas
that's how I know y'all not watching the show to actually.
Duval ain't on poll.com.
The niggas that's out here popping them goddamn kids out.
Ain't on no poll.
Ain't going on that website.
Hey, but anyway, like I'm saying, my question is, your wife, you met her. You said y'all been married for 16 years, right?
Yeah.
How long y'all been together?
17.
That's the best thing that happened to you, right?
Of course.
I
wouldn't say that. If you would have met her, hold on.
No, we ain't. How many niggas gonna actually go on that motherfucker?
Okay, so my thing is this. Okay, yeah. So if you met your wife and she had a child, she wouldn't have been a woman for you because you said you're a high value black man, right?
Not according to Kevin Samuel.
Yeah, but I mean, but to him, in your eyes, you're a high value black man. So if your wife would have had a kid before you.
Hold on. I got married when I was 23. So what 23 E3 is high value? I wasn't no high value. She didn't pick a high value man.
But my thing is, if
she didn't pick a high value man.
Okay, you're taking that out of there. Are we talking about now? So back then, when you met your wife and y'all clicked.
When I was 23 and E3 with no money in the bank, when she had to pay for the marriage certificate.
Your wife wouldn't have none coming. Is that what you're saying? Because if not, it's irrelevant.
What?
So if you,
I was broke when I got married.
So if you weren't broke, would you pick your same wife?
Why are we talking about value?
Wait a minute. Yeah, we ain't. But here, if you wasn't broke and you had some money, your wife wouldn't have none coming.
Oh, what's the question? You said something about kids.
Yeah.
You said if my wife had a kid.
Met your wife, y'all clicked, you liked her, she liked you, it was chemistry, a year later y'all married. And if you on the military, you guys on the boat, you spend a lot of time together. So if she'd have had a kid and it was at her mom and them house, and because y'all was deployed or doing whatever, that wouldn't have been a woman for you. That's what you're saying.
Well. So all right. So I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna answer this in two parts. First of all, I'm gonna take my wife out of it because I'm not gonna be too personal. My wife might watch this one day, right? So I'm not gonna be too personal. But I would speak generally. If I was a man at 23 and E3, and I felt at that time I was ready to be someone's husband, my mindset at 23 was no, I was not. I would not have been vetting a woman who had a kid at that time when I had an option of a woman who didn't have a kid.
Kevin also said that men don't know who they are till they 35, 40 years old. So when you have a woman, he told a chick that she was 30 years old, 32. She needed a woman that was 40 plus because men less than 40 plus is not going to be established and not going to know what they want. So at 23 years old, did you know what you want or did you not know what you want?
As far as a wife?
Yeah.
I know more now than I did at 23.
Yeah. So you were just winging it, right?
It changed though.
Huh?
But it didn't change.
I didn't think at the time at 23, I didn't think I was winging it. I thought I knew everything I needed to know. But now at 39, I'm looking back and was like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that I should have been doing different. Like, one, I should never marry somebody while I'm broke. Two, I should never rush into it. Three, like my idea of getting married before I actually got married was that I wanted a $300,000 in the bank. I wanted a career or a business, and I wanted a house with land already before I ever asked the woman to marry me. But what happened with me? What happened with me is I ran into a girl I had a crush on since high school, and I fell head over heels, and I made a decision based off love, and I proposed, and she made a decision based off love. So yeah, I married from all of my heart, but I wasn't thinking it like I would want to think it. I would have been way better prepared to bring her into a situation.
Men don't think like that, especially not the younger men.
Well, at 23, no, I couldn't think like that. How do you know what you don't know?
And look where you at today. You still
okay, okay, but it worked out for the for the best. But it would have been even better if we would have been more prepared. There was a lot of things that we had to go through that I don't think we would have had to go through if I would have prepared better. And there's nothing wrong with telling someone, "Hey, man,
when you gotta go through the struggle, So if you
don't have to. That's what I think our problem is that we think we have to go through the struggle. You don't have to go through the struggle.
If it ain't a struggle fight, when we say struggle, we talk about finances. You
don't have to go through the struggle. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to. If you went in the Navy and we motherfucking black, we weren't serving our country, we was going through the struggle.
Right.
My point is that what I'm saying is that when we looking at things, we're saying that we have to go through this struggle because it's a part of A, B, or C. We don't have to go through that. At least not financially, we don't.
Y'all bonded off them struggles, right? You can sit right now and talk and look where you at and take in your wealth and everything that you've gained and how far y'all came together and be like, hey, babe, remember when we had to go get the 444? We ain't there no more. That's the little things sometimes that y'all needed each other, and that was what y'all had. That what made y'all. If you up and y'all don't you don't value that person that's with you when you up because they're replaceable. Because you a high value man, so you don't learn that growth. You don't you're not planting your roots because, like he said, Kevin Samuel said, you don't know till you 35. So you a Rolling Stone and Barbara playing on Shirley Fong. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but Pictures, you do know it's people in situations just like that are giving up on their marriage because they're having some rough patches. Like I know people personally who that they're calling it quits, and that's unfortunate. And I think about my situation, right? So right now, if we're able to ride this thing out and stay together, and I'm praying that we do, right? If we're able to ride this thing out and stay together, I get to retire.
Stay together when we ride it out and stay together, not if.
Okay, so when we do it, all right, we got 3 kids, and my plan is, and this is my belief, I think every man should have an inheritance for his son. So I'm thinking, okay, we got a place in Virginia that we haven't sold yet, right? That you can hold on to for a little while. We got some savings, right? And then I want to start a business, and then she's going to start going heavy in her career once I retire next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking down the line and I'm thinking, hey man, by the time I'm 60, I should be able to pass a business down to my son, some money, right? And at least one home for him to sell. But let's say for the couples who have all that stuff and they give up on each other, guess what happens? You splitting all that at the time that you divorce. Your kids will never see it.
Shit, I'm got a prenup.
You selling the house and splitting it. Your retirement's getting split. Everything's getting split. Your kid, you can't build like that, and your son is never gonna get that inheritance. All because we called it quits. And that's why I was talking about being resilient and staying together. I'm not in a toxic situation, but guess what? All the toxic situations you name, I don't see. I see people giving up on normal marriages that have normal rifts. I don't see the Ike Turner marriages or the R. Kelly marriages. I don't see that in my normal life with the people I know. I see normal marriages and they argue, and someone says, I'm tired of arguing and I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying about staying together. We got to be more resilient, man. We got to be more resilient.
We're resilience. Put that on my eval. Put it on the award. Ain't nobody about to be arguing with no motherfucker every day. That just ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna keep
I get what you're saying. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Keep this motherfucking Kevin Samuels because that's what I got called out about.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if you was to separate from your wife, would you think she's doomed because she has 3 kids to where she would not be able to get married again?
I can't answer that question because no one has ever claimed that a woman is doomed that has kids. No one's ever claimed it. So there's no point in even asking it or answering it.
And listen, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion is that no woman is ever doomed.
No woman is ever doomed. That's
now
why.
Listen. This is now, but of course we know nothing is 100% across the board, because I might see a woman and be like, that mother is doomed. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to speak in the majority, I would say that no woman is doomed, because of the fact that, especially when we're talking about black women, when we talk about resilience, they are the most resilient, you know what I'm saying, people on the planet today. As well as the fact that I do believe, you know what I'm saying, that you know, just because they're women, you know what I'm saying, women are just like, you know, everybody want them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying, want a woman. You know what I mean? Now she might have to deal with a couple of years where she dolo, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, I think somebody would still, you know what I'm saying, you know, run up on her and want to keep them for, you know, keep her for themselves.
Yeah, but we gotta want you.
What?
But we gotta want that person, and that's the thing that one. They don't where they calling in. I mean, I always feel like this: if you the most wealthiest person in the room, you the smartest person out of your friends, and you gotta change your circle. You know, you in a pond instead of the ocean or whatever. So the only thing that stuck out about what you said, Mel, was the fact that said that now once you retire, your wife is going to go hard in her career. Now, that right there is the thing that I feel like y'all don't give us credit for. She played the back burner until you retire.
She the front burner.
I mean, I'm saying she didn't go. She could have been more. If she'd have focused on that, she would have been.
No, my wife's role in this marriage was far more important than mine. The fact that she was able to stay home, go from Virginia to Guam to Japan through 3 kids, earn her master's degree and work on the side. And when she wasn't working, she was starting small little businesses and selling, you know, all types of things from the house.
I get that. You get upper.
Way more important than mine.
She was a black woman. That's what we do. We gonna make a way when it ain't one.
Okay,
but I'm saying she played the back burner because you just said when you retire.
It wasn't the back burner. She ran the household. I was barely home.
Follow her dream.
She ran the household. I was barely home.
Yeah, she ran the household. She made the sacrifice. You know, like why you wouldn't have made the money? You know, and I feel like that's the part that we don't get credit for. Like Kevin Samuels keep talking about.
We do give people credit for that. Who you know not giving a woman credit for that?
How old are y'all? 40. She just now get to go into her career. You done made it, bro. You know, it was compromise. Y'all say this wife and this husband, and we got to come together. Y'all had a goal, and the goal was, but you know, her to raise the kids, and you to go get the bacon. Now it's time for you to sit down, and instead of her being able to kick her feet up or whatever, too. She going to go chase her dreams that she didn't chase because she knew she played a role or whatever. And that's another way. That's another reason, or that's another area where we fight, and why us as a black community and us as black men and women, we can't get that, because it's like, you know, I feel like y'all put us in this little hole to where, you know, nothing. We're our drive, what makes us happy, what we want. It's not the forefront. I can go make the money, you chill. I'm not.
So would you be okay? Would you be okay if the roles were reversed and I went and if I went to school while she was in the military and I follow her, you would be okay with that, right?
No, you wouldn't. You be talking shit about her. Hold on, we got Unc on the phone. Unc, what you got?
Yeah, man, I just want to comment on the Kevin Samuel thing. You know, as far as men is concerned. Hey, ladies out there, I'm 55 years old. I done been through life and all that. Right now, I'm cooking me some dinner. I got some chicken. I got me some cheesy ranch, you know, stuff. I got some biscuits and stuff like that. I know how to wash clothes because I don't like women.
Oh, go ahead, fishing.
I don't like women like bleaching my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wash my own clothes. you know, and just shit like that, you know. But you got to know how to mow the lawn, though. You know what I'm saying? To take out the garbage when I ain't there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a role reversal type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all I had to add on that. You know what I'm saying? We all got to learn to love each other. People don't know how to love each other no more. And they always come with stigmas. Well, you a woman, you got to do this. And you a man, you got to do that. That's not loving each other. Now,
I don't care if I was
a man should. He should be a protector. Ain't no doubt about that, you know. But in today's society, and especially how quote unquote white supremacy got things in America where the woman is more so the breadwinner, you know, in the black family and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is iffy thing. It's a give and take on that right there as far as a black man being total or the most as far as providing is concerned. You know what I'm saying? So it's situation love is give and take. Because if I found the soulmate for me right now, I'm going to continue to cook because the bitch might leave me again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to cook because I don't want to be caught up in no situation where the woman ain't there and now I got to make myself cook all over again. Oh, no. And wash my clothes all over again.
Lord
Come
have
on.
mercy.
Now, see, y'all ain't with you got experience and I hear y'all talking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all living y'all life and you getting that experience and stuff like that. A younger person, I don't think that went through what I have.
Of course not.
You know, I just don't think they have. So he could be talking to a certain generation of people because what he talking about don't fit me. It don't fit me, and I'm a real goddamn man.
That's what he
You
do.
know what I'm saying?
Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt about that.
All right.
I say ain't no doubt about that, man.
He picked his niche and his market segment.
I don't know. Experience is the key.
It was us,
You know,
the black woman. He attacked us.
Taking care of each other. No matter what a man or a woman say, especially that fucking fool Cameron, he a fucking fool to me. No matter what comes out that damn man's mouth, you know what I'm saying? A woman and a man have to take care of each other. One hand have to wash the other hand. And get out of that stigma of being a woman. Don't y'all know that they got women walking around here like me marrying women now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go right here. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, one love.
Hey, but real quick, man. We spoke before about Kevin Samuels speaking for the 51% of men. Where I have a problem with him is when I scroll through my Facebook, I see some women taking care of their motherfucking business. And
what's that definition? Taking care of business.
As far as getting educated, managing and down the kids, creating a different aspect of life. And the reason I take this personal because I have my kids on a regular basis. I also do my job as being a dad mom. So I don't fit the perspective of Kevin Samuels where he says, oh, you 32? Oh, you got 2 kids? Oh, ain't no man gonna want you. You gonna have to
say that though, Dang. That's disingenuous. He don't say that, Dang.
I'm a fan of video. He told
the girl had on the blue shirt. She was cute. She lived in California. She had 1 kid.
He told a woman that she has to look for a stepfather before she looked for a husband because a man has to be able to sign up to be a stepfather before he decides to be her husband.
And that's not a fact. Is that
so
not a fact? Take everything else out of it. If you're a man and you decide that you want to be with like marriage material woman who has a child, isn't that a part of your decision? You have to decide in your mind, I'm going to be a father to this child. Don't you have to do that?
Yes.
Y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't even get that far. And I'm using me.
Who don't get that far? You
no.
Peaches, you know who you talking to, right?
You and Kia.
You know who you talking to, right?
You and Kia been married 20 years.
Is men are not willing to do that.
Yeah.
No, that's not what he said. He's saying that you have to think about that and put that in perspective. When you go out there and say, hey, I want a man that is only represented by 5% or less of the population, and I'm a woman who's coming to the table already with a child. You got to respect the fact that man is also going to have that man is also going to have other options that's just as good as you.
It ain't you. I need to know. I need to
Is it
Google
not worse
you. You
for a
might
woman
be
to have to trust that man around that kid first?
No, you're getting way off track.
Yeah.
Before you even get there, a woman has to have in her mind that, hey, I need to humble myself a little bit because I know that the type of man that I want only is represented by a small percentage of the population. And that man is desirable amongst other women and has other options. I am bringing to the table already a kid that's not his. You have to respect that he might choose someone without the kid. I'm not saying that he won't choose you because you're that awesome, because it happens. Someone can just be that awesome and the single women could just be that trash that you still outshine them.
Or he could choose to be with a woman who does have a child, but still has better characteristics than you.
Right.
Is this like when we say things like that, I try to put it in a different perspective because a lot of times y'all don't even know the person. You know, you don't know nothing about it. You know, me and
y'all.
So if you pull up this podcast and hear me talk and all of that stuff, you would think I'm a hood rat, loudmouth, nothing that's ill-tempered. You ain't even scratched the surface of who I am because you don't know. But then you want to come, I just want to hit. I'm going to see what she doing to see what I got to hit. Then when you get around me or whatever, my phone ring or my, and it's some business or I'm playing in the stock market while you on Facebook or you come and see my degrees and my accolades, you like, hold on. Like, who do now y'all want to plant the seeds, So
the same thing couldn't apply for the way that you think about Kevin Samuels. You don't know him as a person.
I know what he looked like.
You don't know him as a person.
Exactly. So you ain't get past the look. You always do this. You always do this.
Nah, because I ain't never been the one to be like, oh girl, he ugly, but his personality cute. He got
men want you to be cute. And just like for every woman, I'm not Denzel Washington. To every woman, to every man, you not Beyonce. It's a shoe for every foot.
To no man. What the fuck is you talking about? We living in reality here. This is the Black Owned Podcast, We ain't talking about that, but I'm saying that was cute though. Beyonce nowhere. No, that's known. Whatever. But a lot of times you don't know what you're dealing with, and we'll get you. It'll be the same thing. Oh, you got a high value man. I'm what they say. I'm a high value man. I have a couple dollars. My personality sucks. I'm condescending. Who want to wake up to that? And you
dumb people that call into his show want to wake up to that.
Hey, if you ugly at 5 p.m., you fucked up at 5 a.m. I ain't doing it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing it.
but that still has nothing to do. That still has nothing to do with nothing.
Don't have no bad tooth. We ain't doing that.
Peaches, I still keep coming back to the fact that you on one end tell your side or exactly what you don't like and what you don't want in a man, which is okay. You don't want an ugly 52-year-old that has a condescending attitude. Great.
I don't.
And like I said before, when you say that,
it's three of y'all. He say none of y'all don't.
Right.
None of y'all don't.
Listen.
But according to him, ain't none of us high value.
Right, exactly. He's not even talking about. But the only thing he's saying,
value, but he building.
The only thing. Listen, Peaches, the only thing he's saying is that you have to understand that just the way y'all categorize men, okay, you ugly, you 52, you can't get it up, you got a bad attitude.
I ain't saying he can't. I'm saying he might need a little help. You know,
Okay, he might need a little help. All right. So
Damn.
you're already characterizing him and putting him in a category. It's fair that men do it too, and the way we do it is okay. I'm looking at a room full of women, and she got 2 car seats in her car, 2 kids, but she don't. I'm probably gonna go talk to the one without the kid.
No, I'm just talking about period. This 2021, them motherfuckers at the clinic. You know.
Here's the Kevin Samuels approach. When you generalize and you say the way men do it, that's not the way men do it. You could just say that the way I would think about it or the way it would look to me. Yeah, I get that. But when you generalize and you say this is what men do, that ain't what men do.
He's not talking
He said
about, he never
majority.
talks
He said
about
majority.
men.
Hey,
When this is not, let me finish speeches. Let me finish speeches. Whenever he talk, he's always talking as if the question is being asked about what he considers to be a high value man. He himself says that. Why don't you think there's anything wrong? Why would you not accept a man who is a plumber, an IT guy, a yard, lawnmower guy? Why wouldn't you accept this type of guy? And the women say, because that's not the type of person I want. I want a person that has 6 figures and that is doing A, B, and C. I don't want somebody that's making 80,000 and got to go punch the clock every day.
Just 15 minutes ago, he was. This is even better. What's her name from Wild 'N Out? The chick that talked funny.
Simone.
B. Simone.
B. Simone, yeah.
Everybody was on her head when she said that she only will accept a certain type of man in her vision for what she think a man is supposed to be. The whole social media went.
I agree with her
about how she was messed up for doing that.
Black Twitter killed her.
But
that's what we do.
Somehow, Kevin Samuels skipped that. How?
I mean, we always gonna pick and choose who we let skate by with anything.
Look
at all of the ill shit that Oprah been saying for all of these years. We let her skate by for 35 years.
Opinion. Who was speaking facts versus who was speaking opinions in that matter?
You say what?
Who was the person that was speaking facts versus the person that was speaking to just their opinion in that matter?
They both were speaking opinion.
He didn't.
Whatever B. Simone, that's her opinion of what she wants, and whatever you get from Kevin Samuels, that's his opinion of what he thinks a high value man wants.
Speak as if it's opinion. He doesn't put ownership on it. He says what we want. So when you say what we want, he's speaking for all y'all.
He's speaking for 51% of us.
Not, and you
majority.
You is the number
majority.
1
I'm not a fan at all. I'm not a fan at all. I just can watch what he says and take out the fluff and get to the meat of what he's saying and say,
exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's accurate. That's true. And I don't have to get personal about it, or I don't have to get in my feelings and say, because listen, we y'all came on here and
you didn't benefit from some of the things that Trump did.
Yeah, but I'm saying we still don't.
My point.
What's the thing we've been saying about Trump, right?
Would you kick it with him?
No.
Of course, I wouldn't kick it with Kevin Samuels.
That's it.
Well, we gonna.
That's what I'm saying.
Percent of men think like that.
You say what?
I'm pretty sure we do. It's 3 of us. If there is 3 of us on the panel right now, 2 of us think like that, and then we can take a poll of everybody that's.
So you do think like that. So you think like that.
I think some of the things he say is true. I'm not attacking him personally and saying.
Nobody disputed that some of the stuff that he said was true. Nobody disputed.
Then what we talking about then?
Be on point.
You know,
it's the delivery and everything. If y'all remember,
I don't care about the delivery.
A couple days ago, a few days ago, I posted Becky with the good hair on Black Owned Podcast page. He emulates himself behind Kevin Samuels. During his interview, he said the exact same things that Kevin Samuels said. You know what Mark said when I tagged him in a post? Why you tagging me in this? That ain't my boy.
That is not my boy.
You're right, because his delivery was not
I saw that, and
because he sounded ridiculous. That's the reason why that ain't my boy. He sounded retarded.
Show me what he said that Kevin Samuels ain't said. He said the
They totally different. Totally different. They did not have the same opinion.
Show me.
That's false. I'm not about to say he go back and forth with you.
What's up with his baby mama? He's telling people that he left his wife.
What his baby mama got to do with anything?
Okay, because he left him and his wife is separated.
So that ain't his wife then.
It ain't it's his ex-wife. So
what that got to do with anything?
I'm about to tell you. It's one for 2 days ago where he said the reason that us as a black community is in the position that we are in because we're having children, or we're not staying with the father. He said that we're not raising them together. That's why we keep lowballing, which is what Mel led with during the brief. However, you like you said, in marketing, I just took marketing and I just did my capstone. He picked the segment and he found it. That was his come up.
His segment found him.
That's not.
If you look at his stuff from earlier, that's not he. He talk about what scents a man should wear, what shoes you should wear, how to tie and shit like that.
None of that. But once he realized
nobody paid attention to him.
Anytime you have a business plan and it doesn't work or whatever, you have to evolve. So it's back to the drawing board. We can.
First of all, like I said, when the whole thing he got on because when the woman said she was a 5. At the time that happened, if you went directly to his page, and it may have grew a little because I went to it before it got retarded. He had like 90,000 subscribers, and he well over 300,000 right now off of that one little thing. So what you think he gonna cater to after the fact? When you find the formula, you stick with the formula.
He's saying that the reason why the black community is fucked up is because the families aren't staying married.
Because I'm not because we can you say that?
Hypocrite.
So if I get divorced, I can't say that's the reason why the community is fucked up. I know it because I'm not married.
Telling the girl that she was screwed up. He was telling the girl she was messed up because she had 2 children by her kid's father, and they didn't get married. And he furthermore went on to say
that was jacked up. I think she has some type of mental illness. If it's the chick that I remember, I think she has some type of mental illness. I ain't even going front to you.
Yeah, because that wasn't her cup of tea. She I don't feel
cup of tea.
Wait a minute, the marriage thing. She was met. She got the dude that she started having sex with at 19. She had a baby at 19. Right. Her kids have the same dad. You know, at that age.
But they was like 9 years apart or something like that.
Yeah, but my thing is, she didn't want to marry him.
And so have accountability. That's what he's saying. Like, you up here talking about this man is crap and all this other kind of stuff like that. But you had 2 kids by him. And they ain't like you had them at 19 and 20. You had them at 19 and 27. Come on, man. That's accountability. You need to be accountable that your ass don't know how to make decisions on how to pick a dude.
She made it at 19 and 24, but he gonna give a man till he's 35. He gonna get his man till he's 35 to figure out what the fuck he want. But at 19, she telling him, "Oh, you can invest in something
negative." He said that at 19, he said if you had the one at 19, we'd be cool. Everybody make mistakes or whatever. But you go right back and make the same mistake at 24.
Talking about the heavy set girl.
Come on, man. 24. Yeah. Hey, 24 for the most educated demographic in the world.
Okay, so at this point, why is the ownership on her? Because she said she feels.
Oh my God! Hey, you know what? We almost at 2 hours. We got to go ahead and call it.
Oh, now you gone.
Because we are never going to agree. This like we're not going to get anything accomplished.
But why didn't he tear the dude down? Like he ain't busting her.
He have torn dudes down. If you've seen those,
I'm talking about that segment, the one that we're
because she the one called.
And he gave an opinion, right? Why was it straightly directed at her and not the dude that nutted in her?
Or the dude that nutted in her didn't call. She called.
Okay. And that means
what? Who are we talking to?
So if you're giving advice or whatever, and this is what you do.
Can I give advice to a person who ain't there for me to give advice to?
Well-rounded advice. You not no one-sided shit.
You sound crazy right now.
I sound like I'm crazy.
You sound crazy.
Directed at that woman. It was not.
She the one called.
But then she
called.
He tore her down because she said that she didn't feel like being married. Women look at a marriage as they made it. Like that's the end all be all to their life.
That's a problem. That's a problem too. That's a problem too.
What? That being married
if you look at marriage as the end all be all, you stop working once you get married.
Exactly.
The work begins once you get married. You think that all the work you did by being pretty and being this and that, once you get married, okay, now everything worked. Now it's supposed to be just be happily ever after. No, once you say I do, the work begins, and it's hard work. It's hard work.
Women only aspire to be a wife, and what she was saying, that was not her aspiration. She said if that's something that her daughter wants, then she support it. But for her, having a husband didn't solidify who she was. She was
having two kids out of wedlock did.
So what she called Kevin Samuels about if she didn't want a husband?
She was, I don't fucking remember, because he got mad because the friend got introduced to the conversation and hung it up.
Hello?
So we never
testing
ended it. Like,
1 2 1 2.
Really?
Testing 1 2.
No. He hung the phone up on her because her friend interjected.
I would have hung the phone up on her too.
Yeah, I probably would.
What are you talking about?
For what though? Because
what she was calling about was absolutely crazy. She couldn't. First of all, like I said, I think she had a mental illness because she couldn't formulate a solid sentence the whole time they was talking. She cried. I believe she cried on the
a lot of y'all got baby mamas.
Yes.
And a lot of y'all, when we see your baby mama, we be thinking one of these girls is not like the other. Motherfucker, you done chat. What the fuck? You.
What they got to do with what they got to do about this girl calling the show?
What they got to do with I'm saying that he was tearing down baby mamas, or for her.
He was not in this particular thing that you talking about. He was not tearing down baby mamas.
Hey,
he said you made a bad decision, a mistake that was forgivable at 19. And then you turned around and made the same mistake 5 years later at 24.
Shut.
All day, every day, twice on Sunday. That don't mean anything.
So it does. So why isn't how many people married with children? We ain't talking about Al and Peg Bundy.
Hey, Peaches and Sincere. G-Man 112 just asked how can he support the show?
Share, like. Go hit the subscribe button on YouTube. That's how you can support. You can tell other people, invite people to the show on your page. When we go live, share the live.
Hey, Peter, can I answer a question you asked? Can I answer a question that you asked?
Yeah.
And then I want Damon to respond to it because I want Damon to see what he thinks. So now Damon my dude. Damon my dude, man.
That's what it is, baby.
Nah, dang my dude. Hey, look, so Peter, you said that why did he attack the woman when she called and not the man that wasn't on the phone? And my question, and I want Dame to answer it first, is if I, and this is true. I've been in this situation before. If I have a married couple that I'm friends with, I'm friends with the wife and the husband, and something happens in that relationship, and I'm speaking with the wife about what happened, would it make sense for me to tell her what she could have done better or what she was wrong at? Or should I just have a pity party and we just tag team on her husband is not there?
Nah, that ain't talk about all the stuff. It's the delivery.
Okay.
It's
right, but when you're talking to
number 2, the difference between a man and a woman is that we'll let y'all think y'all thought of it. We like he drive these conversations. We'll ask the conversations and suggest something or whatever, or ask a question that's only got to go to one answer if you got enough goddamn sense. And y'all think y'all running the household. Y'all think y'all done ran the conversation. Y'all think y'all made a decision. The whole time it was us. So
that's why I asked Dame.
And we know that 9 out of 10 times.
Delivery. Go Dame.
Hey, we know that 9 out of 10 times.
Sincere, that's why I asked Damon to answer the question first.
Yeah, facts, because I know that 9 out of 10 times.
You know that 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 times. I said something. Kia Ross gave me the answer. This is what it is.
Exactly. Hey, Dame, I guess I shortened it up because I think it was a little messed up how I asked it. If you knew me and my wife, and we both did wrong in a situation, and I called you and was talking to you, are you going to tell me where I was wrong at, or are we going to sit and talk about what my wife was wrong at?
I'm gonna say where both of y'all.
Ain't nobody talking to you, Peaches.
I know, but my thing.
He asking Dave.
He asked it again. I thought about it. I saw the right answer the first goddamn time.
Right.
Nah, I didn't get a right answer. I need a do-over. I'm gonna say I can see where both of y'all could have made a different choice or whatever, and I'm gonna put it in their lap because I'm not getting their business. So the next time they argue, they gonna be like, "Well, Pete just said, nah, we ain't doing that."
Okay.
I'm coming to the barbecue when y'all get back together. Nope.
Okay.
The approach that I would take is to put the responsibility on the person that I'm talking to.
Thank you. That's all Kevin Samuels was doing.
It's how you necessarily do it. You could do it by asking certain questions, or you could drive it at the same time to make a person think about their words in reverse. Because when you deal with a person that is going through an emotional situation, us as humans don't automatically think about taking responsibility first. And the way he was pinpointing his questions was a way for her to attack herself. She's not going to attack herself first. So sometimes you got to start with the question of, what do you think you could have did better? Where do you think you were the problem in this situation?
His degree in psychology. He played too much. Why you ask him?
Not necessarily, well, you should have did this better. You should have did that better. When you objectify a situation, you objectify a person. He immediately put her on defense by telling her what she should have did instead of her explaining to him why she made the decisions that she made.
Well, in most cases, when he do it, he asks a lot of questions first. A lot of clarifying questions.
A lot of questions to drive the narrative towards the aspect.
No, clarifying questions. He asks a lot of clarifying questions, like I really want to know before I can make an assessment. I want to ask you a question, and when they answer him, and sometimes when he asking these questions, they already know where he's going with it, so they try to avoid him getting there.
And
that's how he got to be so direct with the questions, because they will avoid it or they'll deflect.
I've watched 10 shows to prepare for this. The thing is, women actually pay to come on this show. But they come on the show and they want to lie because they want to look like the victim. He pounced on anybody that try to victimize themselves when you're blatantly lying about your situation. However, if you are an honest individual that want to talk about your situation 100% straight on, Kevin Samuels would not know how to reply.
Hey, hold on. Let me interject, because I'm gonna tell you 100%. I agree with everything you just said. However,
he said that's just like what a fortune teller does.
He had a show where he was talking to this lady. She was from Houston. I won't forget it. And a lot of the things that she was saying, he kept saying, "Man, I don't have any." She was saying, "Why you not saying anything?" He was like, "Because there's nothing I can say. You're answering your own question." You know what I'm saying? She was a good looking woman. I think she was around 35ish, 36ish, somewhere around there. She was saying that she had a child, what she was looking for, so forth and so on. But all of the questions that he asked her, she answered in a way like, "But that doesn't apply to me." So he said, "Well, ma'am, there's nothing I can tell you, because if all of the questions that I'm asking don't apply to you, then there's nothing I can tell you. I can't tell you what steps you should take if all of the questions that I'm asking don't apply to you." And then at that point, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And he even ended the conversation by saying, it's obvious you're a smart woman. It was very obvious she was a smart woman. He said, you're you know what I'm saying, good looking or whatever. You probably could, you know what I'm saying, find and talk down a high value man. Your only issue is, he did say, your only issue is you do have a child, and that might cause a problem for you. But in no way did he direct her to any type of, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm directing you so that you can, I know how that go.
So why I would call in and hang up and still don't gotten the damn answer?
Why? Who would do what?
What was the purpose of calling in for some advice and hanging out without none?
If I can't give you no advice, I can't give you no advice. You called in. If you called in for me for my advice, I ask you the questions, you answer them, and I'm like, hey, this is not shit I can tell you.
Where me my money back?
No, they don't care call in. That he has a website for you to get a consult, and that he charges for that. They don't pay.
He charges a pretty good penny too.
Yeah, they don't pay to call in that show. That's free.
Women be paying 10 G's to get.
No way. No way. They don't pay
Hey,
to
I
call
believe
that show. It's
I
a
believe.
Zoom.
Hey, you
it's
know,
a
to
Zoom
get the
link.
console, baby. How much was the console? The console was $900.
Watching, hey kid.
All right. Tell your wife I said hello.
Mel said what's happening.
But it's so much false information about him online that you find. A lot of the situations, like they can't even get his age. He was born March 13th.
He said himself he was like 52.
But what year?
He
Nobody
graduated
don't even
in
really know.
87.
I'm sorry, what you say, Dane?
99. He graduated from college in 87.
He was
That's
born
4
March
years.
13th, which makes him a Pisces, which pisses me off.
What?
Because I'm born March 18th. I'm a goddamn Pisces.
You just
And
got
My son born March 18th.
savage. Yes, he was.
I used to be on some bullshit.
Yeah.
But when you get older and you mature, you start to understand that every man is not the same, and you cannot generalize a man for the bullshit that you do. You can't say that I'm supposed to do that because every man do that.
Hey, if Kevin
Every man do
Samuels
that shit.
is a Pisces, and I know him for almost 20 damn years, I digress. Because I don't get it. Oh, man. You on the same side?
But
yeah.
Oh man.
I call myself on my own bullshit.
No.
And I don't say that I did what I did because that's just what men do. That's just what I did.
No doubt. However, I'm gonna say that you know, nine times out of 10, I'm not perfect, but most of the times, whatever I fucked up, I accept my responsibility. However, that's not common. Most of us are not going to accept responsibility like that.
That's what I said earlier. Men do not often accept responsibility for their bullshit.
Yeah, I will go with that.
And all that shit, you leaving kids out here in the ghettos, and you going from place to place to place. And Kevin Samuels is telling women, if you have a kid by a man when you are 19, when you turn 31, you shouldn't have made that mistake when you was 19 because you should have knew what this man was or who he was. So now you can't never find a man because of the decision that you made when you was 19.
I mean, you okay? I made you swallow a chicken bone. What I do?
Hey man, we gotta go ahead and shut this thing down, man. We got other things we gotta do. You know, it's about almost time for me to go out here and bust a grub myself. So, hey, Dame, Mel, we appreciate y'all stopping by, man.
Hey, Dame, it was good to meet you in face to face, brother.
It was love, man.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be some pressure.
Hey, Dame.
Hey, y'all, come on, we two black men. You know, good weather.
Dame is working on his masters right now, so he being selective about any type of clients that he accept. But if there are some who want to reach out to you, Dame, for your services, where they can reach you at?
I don't know.
He taught me how to do the stock market. He the one this is my boy. We chilling at his crib, drinking, kicking back. He like download Robinhood. I'm like, what? Nigga, we on what the fuck?
We just drunken monk back this mother. You know what I'm saying? That's all good. Mel, you got anything you want to say, man? Let people know where they can find you at.
Yeah, what a
Nah, man, I appreciate you and Peaches having me and Dame on, man. It was fun, man. Maybe next.
You gonna shout yourself out?
Oh, if y'all like sports, man Down Podcast, y'all can check us out every Tuesday. We go live.
It's on YouTube.
Just YouTube Man Down Podcast. And check us out, man. Every Tuesday. We're a good sports show.
That's what's up.
All right, man. Shout out to Peaches. It's her birthday. It was her birthday this week, but Black people, we celebrate for the whole month.
Hey, man, when I tell you I don't got no electrolytes.
You ain't gonna tell us how old you is, though, is you?
I'm 42. I look
okay.
42.
So women do that now? Women tell their age now?
I don't care. I stand in this. I done earned all them years.
Okay, seriously. Hey, Dennis Morris Jr., man, I appreciate the shout out, man. Check us out. We out here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time, man. Same place, same time. We be right back at it like a crack addict on next Thursday, man. So peace in the Middle East. Holla.
All right, y'all. Peace.
I don't hate, I motivate my people to elevate and rise above the fray to show God is great. Not blasphemous, but magnanimous, without any animus to show that they're fabulous. With a little bad bashfulness being the catalyst for adult learners to conquer calculus.